بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, sisters. Welcome to Hadith number 24. That's the only Hadith we'll do today, inshallah. Beautiful Hadith, long Hadith, one of my favorite Hadith, Hadith Qudsi, and we'll know what that means, inshallah. Okay, so, Bismillah. عن أبي ذر الغفاري رضي الله تعالى عنه عن النبي صلى الله عليه تعالى وآله وسلم فيما يرويه عن ربه عز وجل أنه قال: يا عبادي إني حرمت الظلم على نفسي وجعلته بينكم محرما فلا تظالموا. يا عبادي كلكم ضال إلا من هديته فاستهدوني أهدكم. يا عبادي كلكم جائع إلا من أطعمته فاستطعموني أطعمكم. يا عبادي كلكم عار إلا من كسوته فاستكسوني أكسكم. يا عبادي إنكم تخطئون بالليل والنهار وأنا أغفر الذنوب جميعا فاستغفروني أغفر لكم. يا عبادي إنكم لن تبلغوا ضري فتضروني ولن تبلغوا نفعي فتنفعوني. Okay. يا عبادي لو أن أولكم وآخركم وإنسكم وجنكم كانوا على أتقى قلب رجل واحد منكم ما زاد ذلك في ملكي شيئا. يا عبادي لو أن أولكم وآخركم وإنسكم وجنكم كانوا على أفجر قلب رجل واحد منكم ما نقص ذلك من ملكي شيئا. يا عبادي لو أن أولكم وآخركم وإنسكم وجنكم قاموا في صعيد واحد فسألوني فأعطيت كل واحد مسألته ما نقص ذلك مما عندي إلا كما ينقص المخيط إذا أدخل البحر. يا عبادي إنما هي أعمالكم أحصيها لكم ثم أوفيكم إياها فمن وجد خيرا فليحمد الله ومن وجد غير ذلك فلا يلومن إلا نفسه. رواه مسلم. On the authority of Abu Dhar, actually, I think it's with a Dhal, yeah. Abu Dhar al-Ghifari, radiyallahu anhu, on the Prophet ﷺ relaying on his Lord, the Blessed, the Exalted, that he said, okay, O my servants, I have forbidden oppression for myself and have made it forbidden amongst you, so do not oppress one another. O my servants, all of you are astray, except for those I have guided. So seek guidance from me, and I shall guide you. O my servants, all of you are hungry, except for those I have fed. So seek food from me, and I shall feed you. O my servants, all of you are naked, except for those I have clothed. So seek clothing from me, and I shall clothe you. O my servants, you commit sins by night and day, and I forgive all sins. So seek forgiveness from me, and I shall forgive you. O my servants, you will never attain harming me, so as to harm me, nor will you ever attain benefiting me, so as to benefit me. O my servants, when the first of you and the last of you, the human of you and the jinn of you, to be as pious as the most pious heart of any one man amongst you, it would not increase my kingdom in anything. O my servants, whether first of you and the last of you, the human of you and the jinn of you, to be as wicked as the wickedest heart of any one man amongst you, it would not decrease my kingdom in anything. O my servants, whether first of you and the last of you, the human of you and the jinn of you, to gather in one place and make a request of me, and I were to give everyone what he requested, it will not decrease what I have any more than a needle decreases the sea when put into it. O my servants, it is only your deeds that I charge you with, and then recompense you for them. Therefore, whoever finds good, then let him praise Allah. Whoever finds other than that should blame no one but himself. And this Hadith Qudsi is related by Muslim. So in the explanation, the Sheikh says Hadith Qudsi, it means that the Prophet ﷺ is relying on Allah. Okay? So he is saying what Allah is saying. Rasulullah ﷺ is telling us what Allah is saying. So this is different from the hadith that are coming from Rasulullah ﷺ. So some scholars, they say both the Qur'an and the Hadith Qudsi are related from Allah, right? But they have different rulings. So Qur'an, you have to have wudu, you can pray with it, you can recite in salah. But Hadith Qudsi, you cannot do these things, for instance, right? So they have different rulings, but they are both from Allah Azza wa Jal. In this part of the Hadith Qudsi that says, Ya ibadi, inni haramtu dhulma ala nafsi, wa ja'altuhu baynakum muharrama. He says, O my servants, I have forbidden oppression for myself, and I have made it forbidden amongst you, so do not oppress one another. The Sheikh says, in this hadith, Allah the Mighty, the Majestic, he explains that he forbade oppression upon himself. So he doesn't oppress anyone. So he does oppress anyone. I think it means he does not oppress anyone by increasing their sins or by decreasing their good deeds. As he, the Exalted, has said, and now he's quoting Surah Al-Taha, ayah 112, بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ومن يعمل من الصالحات وهو مؤمن فلا يخاف ظلما ولا هضما. And he who does deeds of righteousness while he is a believer, then he should have no fear of injustice nor any oppression. Okay? And then this part here that says وَجَعَلْتُهُ بَيْنَكُمْ مُحَرَّمًا, and I have made it forbidden amongst you. The Sheikh says this means that Allah has made oppression haram amongst us. We're not supposed to do dhulm, and we're not supposed to oppress people. So then it says, Ya ibadi, kullukum ضال إلا من هديته فاستهدوني أهدكم. O my slave or servants, all of you are astray except for those I have guided. So seek guidance from me and I shall guide you. I was having this discussion yesterday with a sister, and she was saying, you know, only Allah guides you. Only Allah is, you know, like guidance is in the hands of Allah. So basically, she was saying that we didn't do anything to be guided. That's what she was saying, right? And so the fact that you're guided and someone else is not guided, you know, this just Allah did it. Like we didn't do anything. But I was telling her that Allah shows us signs, and we came in this dunya with fitrah, right? With this knowledge, this deep knowledge. And we did do something. We asked Allah for guidance. Most of the people who were guided, they ask Allah for guidance. And Allah, in this Hadith Qudsi, He said, all of us are misguided except those, you know, He guides. So seek guidance from Him. So He's asking us to seek guidance from Him. There's something that we have to do, right? And I shall guide you. So the Sheikh says, all of the servants in entirety are astray in knowledge and action, except those whom Allah the Mighty, the Majestic guides. If the matter is like this, it is obligatory to seek guidance from Allah. You know, we have to seek guidance from Allah. And we do that in Fatiha, right? Ihdina as-sirata al-mustaqim. So, fastahduni ahdikum. So seek guidance from me and I shall guide you. The Shaykh says it means request guidance from Allah and He shall guide you. Guidance here incorporates both the guidance of knowledge and the guidance of success. And then Allah says in this Hadith Qudsi, Ya ibadi, kullukum ja'i' illa man at'amtuhu fastat'imuni ut'imkum. O my slave, O my servants, all of you are hungry except for those I have fed. So seek food from me and I shall feed you. So this is similar to what was said before. The Sheikh says all the servants, all of them entirely are hungry except the ones whom Allah feeds. Then He requests of His servants that they seek food from Him so that He can feed them. This is because He, the glorious, the exalted, is the one who causes the agriculture to grow and brings livestock about, right? So He causes the rain and things to grow. And without that, there's no way we can eat, right? So the Sheikh quotes Surah Al-Waqi'ah, powerful ayat 63, 65. Allah just said, have you not seen the seed that you planted in the ground? Is it you that causes it to grow? Or do we cause it to grow? Had we willed, we could have crumbled it to dry pieces and you would be regretful. So then Allah says in the Hadith Qudsi, Ya ibadi, kullukum aarin. O my servants, all of you are naked. Meaning His private parts are exposed except for whom Allah facilitates clothing for him. Due to this, He said, إِلَّا مَنْ كَسَوْتُهُ فَاسْتَكْسُونِي أَكْسُكُمْ. Except for those I have clothed, so seek clothing from me and I shall clothe you. And that's why in our deen, we have this dua that we should be saying when we wear clothes. We need to thank Allah because we could not have, and in the dua we even say that, we could not have found this clothing except except by the help of Allah. The Sheikh says it means request clothing from Allah and He shall clothe you. This is because clothing is from what Allah extracted from the earth. If Allah had willed, He would not have facilitated this. SubhanAllah. Imagine when you're cold and stuff like that, and you're able to put clothes, you're able to put a sweater on, you're able to put socks on, you know. Subhanallah. يا عبادي إنكم تخطئون بالليل والنهار وأنا أغفر الذنوب جميعا فاستغفروني أغفر لكم. O my servants, you commit sins by night and day, and I forgive all sins. So seek forgiveness from me, and I shall forgive you. So this is similar to this hadith where it says كل ابن آدم خطاء وخير الخطائين التوابون. And again, this is saying, I talk about this this hadith actually yesterday. All of the sons of Adam are sinners, and the best of the sinners are those who repent. So the Sheikh said the people, they make mistakes, they commit sins, they err by night and day, right? And but this sin has a cure. He says this sin has a cure, and all praise belongs to Allah. It is this statement: seek forgiveness from me and I shall forgive you. So we sin day and night, right? But this has a cure, and the cure is what? Istighfar. Fastaghfiruni aghfir lakum. Request the forgiveness of Allah and He shall forgive you. Forgiveness is covering a sin while pardoning it. May Allah forgive us. And it says here, Ya ibadi innakum lan tablughu durri fatadurruni wa lan tablughu naf'i fatanfa'uni. O my servants, you will never attain harming me so as to harm me, nor will you ever attain benefiting me so as to benefit me. This is because Allah, the glorious, the exalted, is not in need of anything in existence. Allah does not need anything in this life, in His creation. He's the one who created everything. If the entire world disbelieved, it will never harm Allah Azawajal. If the entire world believed, it will never benefit Allah Azawajal, because He is not in need of any of His creation. Subhanallah. And then it says, Ya ibadi, law anna awwalakum wa akhirakum wa insakum wa jinnakum kanu ala atqa qalbi rajulin wahidin minkum ma zada dhalika fi mulki shay'a. So this is the part, like if the first of you, the last of you, the human of you, the jinn of you, the most pious heart of any man among you, that would not increase His kingdom in anything. This is because a person's obedience only benefits himself. That's what the Shaykh is saying. The Shaykh is saying, your obedience, when you obey Allah, you are only benefiting yourself. As for Allah, the mighty, the majestic, He does not benefit from it, since He is not in need of it. If all of mankind became pious out of a sudden, right, it will not increase His kingdom in anything. And so the same thing happened with the wickedest, right? The wicked people. The same thing. Allah Subhanahu said in the Hadith Qudsi, Ya ibadi law anna awwalakum wa akhirakum wa insakum wa jinnakum kanu ala afjari qalbi rajulin wahidin minkum ma naqasa dhalika min mulki shay'a. So if the wickedest, right? So let me read it. O my servants, were the first of you and the last of you, the human of you and the jinn of you, to be as wicked as the wickedest heart of any one man amongst you, it will not decrease my kingdom in anything. So the same explanation, because Allah is not in need of us, right? And then finally, then Allah says, O my servants, were the first of you and the last of you, the human of you and the jinn of you, to gather in one place and make dua, make a request of me, and I were to give everyone, right? So if all of them were together and they were asking Allah for something, and Allah was to give everyone whatever everybody is asking, it will not decrease what Allah has any more than a needle decreases the sea when put into it. So you put one needle into the sea, right? Subhanallah. And you take it out, it will not decrease for even that much. Subhanallah. This is due to his excellence, nobility, and the expensiveness of what he possesses. Expensiveness due to the fact that Allah is wasi', al-wasi'. When I taught the name al-wasi', you know, I quoted this hadith to show how vast is the kingdom of Allah. And the Sheikh says the needle here is to emphasize that there is no deficiency at all. It is well known that if a needle is put into the sea and then taken out, it does not decrease the sea at all. Since the moisture that sticks to this needle is nothing at all. So meaning there is absolutely no deficiency. Nothing is taken out from the kingdom of Allah. Ya ibadi, innama hiya a'malukum uhsiha lakum. O my servants, it is only your deeds that I charge you with. Here it means that it is our deeds that Allah is, writing for the people and calculating. So our deeds are being calculated and written, right? And then recompense you for them. So whoever finds good, then فَلْيَحْمَدِ let him praise Allah. Whoever finds other than that, فَلَا يَلُومَنَّ إِلَّا نَفْسَهُ then he should blame no one but himself. Even with this, Allah Azza wa Jal multiplies a good deed by 10 times. So even though he's talking about recompensing the deeds that we do, right? He's not just stopping at just recompensing. You do one good deed, he writes one for you. No. Even in that, he is generous, subhanAllah. He is shakur. You do one good deed, he multiplies it. From 10 to all the way to 700 to many times multiplied. And one bad deed, he just counts it as one time. Or he even forgives it, as long as it is less than shirk, and Allah knows best. So the Sheikh says this is the outstanding hadith of Abu Dharr al-Ghifari, that subhanAllah radiallahu anhu, that he sallallahu alaihi wasallam relayed on his Lord, the blessed, the exalted, that he said, I have forbidden oppression for myself. Shaykhul Islam, may Allah bestow mercy upon him, explains it in an excellent treatise. Ibn Rajab also explains it among the 40 hadith of Imam An-Nawawi. So other scholars have done a beautiful explanation of it. So some of the benefits of this hadith, it says that the oppression, right, the Allah forbidden oppression upon himself is due to his perfection and justice. The majestic, the mighty, he is able, Allah is able, he's capable of oppressing. He's able to reduce the good deeds of the righteous. Like, let's say you did something good, Allah is able to say, I'll take it out. I'm not gonna give it to you, right? You fasted today. Allah is able to say, I'm not gonna reward you for this fast. He does whatever he wants to do, right? He's able to do it. But he has decided that he will not oppress anybody. He is able to oppress. He's able to reduce the good deeds of the righteous. He's able to attach more evil deeds to the sinner than they committed. So Allah is able to say, oh, you did this bad? I'm going to actually multiply your bad, right? But due to his perfection and justice, he forbade this upon himself. And that alone, we have to say, Alhamdulillah. Subhanallah. From the benefits of this hadith, oppression is haram for us to do. The Prophet ﷺ explained in the hadith that our blood, our wealth, our honor, all of that is sanctity, is sanctified. He stated at Mina on the day of the Eid, he said, Inna dima'akum wa amwalakum wa a'radukum haramun alaykum كحرمة يومكم هذا في شهركم هذا في بلدكم هذا. Surely your blood, wealth, and honor is sacred, just as the sanctity of this day of yours. What day was that? I think it was the day of Arafah. In this month of yours. What month was that? Dhul Hijjah. In this city of yours. No, it was not the day of Arafah. It was the day of Eid. So in this month of yours, Dhul Hijjah, in the city of yours, Mecca. Right? So, and subhanAllah, this tells us what? Yeah, I think it was Dhul Hijjah. That our blood, our wealth, our honor is sacred, just as these three things are sacred. And a lot of people consider Mecca to be sacred. A lot of people consider, Dhul Hijjah to be sacred, and a lot of people consider the day of Eid to be sacred. So imagine now, how about our honor, our wealth, our blood? From the benefits of this hadith, is the fact that the origin of man is misguidance and ignorance due to the statement, and he's quoting Surah Al-Nahl, and Allah has brought you out from the wombs of your mothers while you know nothing. And all my servants, all of you are astray except those I have guided, so seek guidance from me and I shall guide you. The obligation of seeking guidance from Allah due to his statement. So we have to seek guidance from Allah. Seek guidance from me and I shall guide you. And then another benefit from this hadith is that all of the servants are hungry, in need of food, except those that Allah feeds, basically. So a result of this benefit is a person asking his Lord, and he's seeking enrichment by asking Allah and not asking the servants of Allah. So relying more on Allah and not on people. If you know that Allah is the one who's feeding you, then you should rely on Allah in seeking your halal and not, beg people and not think that, your food is coming from somebody. And this is something that requires tawakkul, right? Your food is not coming from somebody, it's coming from Allah. Allah is the one feeding you. The same thing with clothing you, right? So all of these things, subhanAllah, we're going to continue, inshallah. We're going to continue next week, inshallah. But all of these things about like feeding and clothing, it's like we see how people can easily go into haram about it. And then they say, oh, if Allah wanted, he was going to do this. Or I couldn't do it because I didn't have it. Allah is Ghafoor Rahim. Or they will beg people, or they'll go into haram, or they will give themselves credit for what they have. Like I was telling, I don't know, I just had this whole conversation yesterday with a sister. And we're talking about like what's happening in Africa with the wedding ceremonies, naming ceremonies, and all of these things. And she said to me, all of these ceremonies, everybody knows that the people who do the weddings, they know that these people, the way they do their wedding, they go beyond what they actually can afford. Everybody knows that, but they still do it. They get in debt for it. They still do. They go beyond what they can afford. If it's a naming ceremony, they're going to spend more than they can afford. A wedding, they're going to spend more than they can afford. In clothing and everything, right? And these things, like I said, they're going to be maybe getting in debt, asking people for loan, getting credit, begging people for help, instead of sticking to what they can afford. So this hadith is teaching us to rely on Allah and be content with what we have and do within your means. There's no point in showing off, because everybody that you're looking at, if they have bling bling clothes more than you, they cannot clothe themselves, basically. Allah gave that to them. So seek for you from Allah. Don't try to seek haram to impress them, right? And to try to forcefully get those clothes. And we see that, subhanAllah. Some people don't even have where to stay, but they have designer clothes and shoes. And I know people like that. So may Allah truly guide us. We will.
Assalamualaikum, sister.
Allah.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Alhamdulillah. MashaAllah. It is a beautiful hadith. I learned something from it too. From all that, from you reading the hadith, there's four names of Allah that I got from the hadith: Al Hadi, Al Muqit, Al Ghafur, Al Wasi', right? So I
Mm,
was like, Subhanallah, all these Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is just putting them step by step, saying that, you are nothing in this world
mm,
uh, except me.
mhm,
It's like the way he called us as his slave, right? So there's nothing we can do, nothing we can get, nothing at all in this life except he's there. He's the one that is providing and doing it, right?
mhm.
So especially the one for guidance, you know how we seek for guidance and all that. So, but all of it, we have to give our own effort first. From our
Have
effort,
to
Allah
ask
subhanahu wa ta'ala will put forth, his own, right?
We have
We
to ask
ask
him. We
him,
have to ask
yes,
for guidance.
ask him.
And actually, for the name Al Hadi, I have to confirm that it's one of the names of Allah,
Mm-hmm.
because I know that some scholars are saying that it may not be one of the names. So I have to check.
Hadi, the one that guide, right? The
Right,
one that guide.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying Al Hadi. I
Mm-hmm.
need to make sure that is one of his name. It is. He does. He is the one who guides.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as the name Al Hadi, I know it's in that list of names that people say Allah Rahman Rahim. But when I was teaching you the names, I was saying that there's some names that people like scholars have questioned, like the name Sabur, you know, and I think Al Hadi was also one of them. But I'm gonna confirm, inshallah.
Inshallah.
But yes, Al
Alhamdulillah.
Muqit, Al Wasi, and then Al
Yeah.
Ghafur. Yeah,
Ghafur Rahman. Yeah, I said, Subhanallah, he's the one that can forgive. Actually, it's just sometimes you see this day as a way that is very easy. It depends how Shaitan manipulate our heart,
yeah,
and we
it's
think
true.
everything's hard.
Mm.
But it is easy, it is beautiful. It
And
depends of us
that's
getting the
what
knowledge
Allah
of it.
wants good for us, that Allah keeps blessing us. He's telling us that He's the one who's, we are naked
It
without.
is because look at Arazak, you know why? Because sometimes you will sit down without you having nothing. Look at the situation that we have right now.
Mm-hmm,
Nobody, we are powerful, we are powerless. There's nothing we can do. Even if he cut off the food, the way the food is coming, imagine we can stay without no food. He can make all these food things stop. He can make the industry of people that supplying food. He can make all that to stop. But
mm-hmm,
when there's no food, is nothing. We home. What can we do
mm-hmm,
if he did not feed us?
mm-hmm.
Those people that is sick right now, everything. If he did not take the sickness, imagine,
Mm.
huh?
If He
This
doesn't
if they
heal
don't,
us, nobody.
he's the one that will provide the cure. Nobody else.
Yeah. So it truly is showing His
Hey,
power, and He's showing how He's taking care of us.
subhanallah,
Uh,
subhanallah. May
Make
Allah
us,
guide us.
yes,
May
and
He
make us
forgive us. May He
among
forgive us and guide us.
may He make us among those who recognize His bounty upon us. May He make us among
Mm.
those who are, grateful, so especially grateful, because this hadith also teaches us gratitude, right? May He make us among those who are grateful. May He make us among those who are grateful. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت ونستغفرك ونتوب إليك بارك الله فيك السلام عليكم